I'm not a genius, I don't have any special talents, I'm just your average gym bro. But I use the right psychological methods to rewire my brain to channel all of my ambition into my goals. I'm gonna go over the 3 methods I use to trick my brain to love the grind so I can study 5 hours a day, to maximize my consistency to not miss a day, whether it's studying over 200 straight days for the SAT or not having a cheat meal for over 4 straight years, and ultimately to balance my goals to level up in all areas of life. Because you see, 6 years ago, I was not who I am today. I had zero discipline and felt completely burnt out already. I still had major goals of building my dream physique and getting into Harvard, but I didn't have the work ethic to back it up. And I had lost my love for the gym and honestly, my love for life. But then I reflected on my future self looking back at me through memories. And I realized my future self is either looking back frustrated and disappointed, wishing for a second chance, laying in bed wondering, what if I had chased that dream? What if I had worked harder? But instead living a mediocre life because of my laziness. Or my future self is looking back proud of all the work I put in. Looking back at all the hard times knowing it all paid off and it built the dream. So I locked in. After years of trial and error, I crafted methods for success to master my mind and ultimately build my dream life. And in this video, I'm narrowing it down to my top 3 most valuable. So while it took years for me to figure out, I'm going to give you the rundown in the next few minutes so that you can replicate exactly what I did. I promise you, if you can stick with me for just a few minutes and put these methods into action, you will transform your life. So with that, let's get into it. Number 1, the I love it method. The most simple, but arguably the most effective. Anytime something bad happens to you, you fail a test, you get rejected, you fail a PR, you tell yourself over and over again, I love it. It adds to my story. The struggles, the doubts, the uncertainties, that's what makes it feel so great in the end. The end wouldn't be so gratifying if you didn't struggle and fail. Your story wouldn't be inspiring if it was so easy. The dark times, the times you wanted to give up, those are gonna be your favorite times to look back on when you make it. So learn to see the beauty of failure and embrace it. And the best part is when you tell yourself, I love it, you don't have to actually believe it. When I started this method, I never really believed it. I still sometimes don't. But just by telling yourself over and over again, I love it, you start to believe it subconsciously. And if you can learn to love failure, you are guaranteed to succeed. Because you will always put yourself out there, fail, and bounce back. It's that simple. Tell yourself, I love it. Number 2, the just today method for consistency. Consistency is the secret to success. You don't have to work harder than everybody else, you have to work longer than everybody else. Building your dream life is a war of attrition. All you have to do is outlast failure. So how do you master consistency? You have to stop thinking, I have to stick to my diet for 6 months to build this 6-pack. I have to study for the next 100 days. No, that's when you get overwhelmed, doubt seeps in, and then you quit. Because it just sounds impossible. It sounds like a lost cause. Instead, you tell yourself, today I'm going to stick to my diet. Today I'm going to study for 5 hours. That's it. That's easy. You can do that. For just one day, you're going to say no to all junk food. For just one day, you're going to stick to all of your goals. And then when tomorrow comes, you'll repeat the exact same message. But don't even worry about tomorrow. The second you start thinking about tomorrow, the whole plan falls apart. Just today. Just today. And my third and actually my favorite method, which I'll explain why at the end, is the alter ego method. I want you to take out a journal and write out the best version of yourself. Your dream self who has what you want and does what you want to do. How do they act? How do they think? What do they do when they first wake up? What do they do when they go to bed? Write all of this down. And then convince yourself you are now this person. Act how they act. Think how they think. When you have a decision to make, do what they would do because deep down you know what they would do. And here's the important part. When you do something difficult like wake up early or say no to junk food, don't act like it's out of the ordinary. Don't say this is day 5 of my diet. Simply tell yourself this is what I do. I'm someone who eats healthy. I'm someone who wakes up early. I'm not going to try to do this. I'm going to do it because it's simply who I am and it's what I do. And the reason this method is my personal favorite is because it's so powerful to see yourself become this person in reality. When I was 15, I would write letters in my notes out to my alter ego, to my dream self, to my future self. And now I read these and realize I am this person now. I have the discipline I dreamed of at 15. I have my dream physique. I go to my dream college. I bench 4 plates. I've accomplished all of these things I thought were impossible just 5 years ago because I convinced myself it's who I am. Change your identity, change your life. I really appreciate you watching this video. Please like and subscribe and comment any questions you have and what you want to see next. I'll be replying to all questions. Much love and stay locked in.